right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Alright guys, jumping into today's video, taking a look at the current conditions. Looking at the radar picture, we don't have anything going on today. It's dry out there. It's a nice sunny day again, just like we had yesterday, and even a little bit warmer today. We're going to reach deep into the 60s, could see some 70-degree weather in some spots as well. Right now at the 11 o'clock hour, we got 61 degrees right now in Sioux Falls, a few degrees above average, and 57 in Huron, up in northeastern South Dakota, 54 in Aberdeen, 50 in Sisseton. And then out in western South Dakota, already 70 degrees at the 11 o'clock hour in Spearfish, 66 in Rapid City, 59 in Phillip. Taking us down into Nebraska, 60s and 70s already down here. We got 75 down in southwestern Nebraska, 64 in North Platte, 61 in O'Neill, 66 down in Omaha. And then into Iowa, we got some 40s up in northeastern Iowa, otherwise 50s and 60s right now. 61 in Des Moines, 57 in Iowa Falls, 52 in Davenport. And then taking us into Minnesota, we got 40s and 50s. We got 55 in Marshall, 46 in the cities, 52 in Albert Lea. So, temps mainly in the 50s and 60s. There's a few 70s and there's a few 40s, but overall 50s and 60s in our Quad State region. And it's going to be a nice day today. Get out and enjoy it if you're able to. It's going to be a really nice day today. Now, we do have some things we need to talk about, and we will get to those in just a moment. We'll also look at our model runs. First, let's hear a brief word from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
Alright, so let's switch gears here and talk about something a little bit different here. Now, we touched on this subject yesterday, and once again today we are going to talk about it. So, what you see on your screen here, what is this? Well, it is a severe weather risk, actually. The area is shaded in the light green, which is down in Sioux City, in Iowa, Nebraska, Rapid City area, northwest South Dakota. That's just your general thunderstorm risk. Again, just some general type thunderstorms, non-severe thunderstorms. So that's possible, again, out in northwestern South Dakota and then into southern Nebraska and Iowa. But when we get into the dark green, that is when we start getting into severe weather territory. We have a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 here for southeastern Nebraska, for Lincoln, Omaha, Nebraska, into southwestern Iowa. So that is for later today. Main threats, just small hail and some strong gusty winds out of any storms that fire up today. Again, that's kind of on the edge of our coverage area, but did want to mention that also extends down into Kansas as well. So that's for today. Now let's jump ahead here to tomorrow. And we talked about this yesterday and once again today. We do have that severe weather risk. Again, we haven't really touched on this a lot this year. We haven't really had to deal with this year so far, but here we are. We are now in severe weather season, and this could very well be the kickoff to that. And as you can see here, the area is shaded in yellow. That's a little more heightened risk. We got a level 2 out of 5 there. for extreme southeastern South Dakota, Vermilion, Jefferson, and then into Sioux City, and then into eastern Nebraska, Omaha region, and then over into Iowa, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Mason City, and then southern Minnesota, Jackson, Rochester. That is where that slight risk is issued there. Now, all modes are possible, but the main threat out of any storms that fire up tomorrow is going to be that large hail threat. So that's your main threat is hail. There is a 2% tornado risk. I can pull that up here real quick for you guys. There it is. There's your 2% tornado risk. Again, eastern Nebraska into Iowa. Does include Spencer, Iowa, and then Des Moines, and then into southern Minnesota, Mankato, into the cities. So that is your tornado risk. And looking at the hail risk, there actually is a hatched risk here. You can't see it on this graphic, but there is a black hatched zone from Sioux City down to Omaha over into Des Moines. More heightened risk for, again, that large hail. And then the wind risk, not really seeing much there, 5%. Again, kind of those similar areas east of Sioux Falls. So that is your latest update there on your severe weather risk. Now, we'll go ahead and jump into the models here. All right, so jumping into the models here. Today, obviously, a quiet, calm day out there, not really seeing anything. But then once we get towards tomorrow, we start to see that low pressure kicking in, and I did want to mention there will be some snow up here in Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, and some of that could leak into the Black Hills region, as you can see there, based off those model runs. So during your day tomorrow, those thunderstorms, actually, according to this latest HRR model, it shows some initial thunderstorms developing in Minnesota, southern Minnesota, and then getting into the cities region, as you can see there. And then on the back side of this system, you have rain and snow in the Black Hills area, Rapid City region, western South Dakota, with some of that rain and snow, and then Wyoming also with that snow. Now, as you can see there, at about 7 p.m., we start to see that activity start to fire up here in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. And then, as you can see there, northwest Iowa and eastern Nebraska. Omaha up to Spencer, up into Minnesota. That line there. So it's going to be a linear event. What that means is more of a line structure with some hail and probably some gusty winds, but mainly a hail threat out of this. And, there could be an isolated tornado out of any of these storms, but really, again, the main threat out of this is hail. And then that will move east into Iowa, Minnesota, and then fizzle out. And then on the back side of this, we got that rain and snow. Could be some snow in south central South Dakota into Nebraska. And then that will kind of break up, and then that'll be the end of that. So by Friday, things will clear out. Those showers will kind of diminish. And then Friday looking quiet and dry. So really, just looking ahead towards tomorrow, that's what we're seeing there in that forecast. Now, let's jump ahead to our temperature outlook. And looking at the temps here. Temps for today, how about that? We got low 70s in the Sioux Falls area, mid to upper 70s in central and western South Dakota, and how about 80s down in Nebraska? Wow, that is something there. Much above average for this time of the year. We should be in the upper 50s to low 60s, and on our way to the low to mid upper 70s. So very, very nice weather today. Get out and enjoy it if you can. And then tomorrow, southeastern South Dakota, it'll be a nice day. We'll have temps in the upper 60s to low 70s. Down in the Vermilion area, could hit 74. So that is plenty warm for severe thunderstorm development. So, it is possible. ahead of this cold front. Again, we talked about this yesterday. Anytime you get a contrast like this, where you have temps in the 20s and 30s on the back side of this cold front, and then ahead of it you got 70s and 80s, yeah, you're gonna have a system coming through, thunderstorm activity. Looking pretty, this is pretty typical of a mid-April type storm. So, so as you can see here, 80s down in Nebraska, very warm. That's where your severe weather is most likely to be, down in eastern Nebraska and then into western Iowa. And then after that, we'll turn cooler. We'll have 40s and 50s for highs there. So we're going to dip back in temps on Friday behind that cold front. And then Saturday, we'll start to warm back up a little bit. We'll have upper 50s in Sioux Falls and for surrounding areas, 50s for high. And then to wrap up your weekend forecast, 60s, 50s and 60s for our region there, upper 60s in central South Dakota, low 60s in Sioux Falls. And then taking a quick peek at next week, we'll return to 60s and 70s, mid to upper 60s in Sioux Falls, low 70s in central South Dakota. And then next Tuesday, 60s and 70s again for a high. So next week, there could be some more interesting weather. We got more contrasting going on here, 40s on the backside, 70s on the front side. So, there could be another system early next week, and then by next Wednesday, 60s once again. And so that's taking us out a week out. And, we'll see what happens after that. But that is the latest there. And again, those red, anytime you get those darker red colors, that's your really warm, mild air. So that is the latest here from T-Storm Chasers. Again, continue to follow us on our socials, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And we do have our daily weather videos. Braden will be with you guys tomorrow, give you guys the latest weather update. That is the latest for now. We'll continue to provide you guys the updates as we get them in. And that is the latest. So stay safe out there and have a great day.